In today's video, we will compare 5 major economies of the world: United States, China, India, Russia, and Indonesia, and see where they stand in 2025. Let's start the video. Here are the official names and location of all the 5 nations. India, China, and Indonesia are completely located in Asia, whereas Russia is a transcontinental country. United States is entirely located in the North American continent. Here are the national emblems of all the 5 nations. Here are the capital cities of all the 5 nations. Jakarta and New Delhi are capital cities of Indonesia and India. Moscow is the capital of Russia. Beijing and Washington, D.C. are the capital cities of China and U.S., respectively. India and China are the most populous countries of the world. Both countries are home to over 1 billion people. United States and Indonesia are the 3rd and 4th most populous country on planet Earth. Despite being the largest continent on planet Earth, Russia is home to only 145 million people. Declining population is a big issue for Russia. Population density is very high in India. India is one of the most densely populated country on planet Earth. Russia and United States have low population density. Here are the surface area of all the 5 nations. Russia is the largest continent on planet Earth, followed by Canada, US, and China. India is the 7th largest country on planet Earth. Indonesia is on 15th spot. Here are most spoken languages in all the 5 nations. There are total 22 official languages in India. Hindi, English, Bengali, Maithili, and Tamil are some of the most spoken Indian languages. Mandarin is the most spoken language in China. According to conservative estimates, less than 1% Chinese can speak English. Indonesian and Javanese are the most spoken languages of Indonesia. Russian is the most spoken language in Russia. English and Spanish are the most spoken languages in United States. Here are the Independence Day of all the 5 nations. All the 5 nations celebrate Independence Day in June, July, and August. United States has the largest economy in the world in terms of nominal GDP, followed by China. India is the 4th largest economy of the world, whereas Indonesia is the 16th largest economy of the world. China is the largest economy of the world in terms of purchasing power parity, followed by United States and India. Indonesia is the 7th largest economy of the world in terms of purchasing power parity. GDP per capita of United States is very high. Russia and China have somewhat average per capita income. India and Indonesia have lower per capita income. Even in terms of purchasing power parity, per capita income is the lowest in India. Average U.S. citizen earns almost 4 times higher than average Chinese citizen. Income inequality is clearly evident among the 5 nations. Here are the total exports and imports of all the 5 nations. China is the largest exporter of the world. United States is the 2nd largest exporter after China. United States is the largest importer of the world. Exports are significantly increasing in India. Soon, India will become the 6th country of the world to touch 1 trillion mark in exports. Significant increase in imports is a big challenge for India and United States. Here are the forex reserves of all the 5 nations. Forex reserves of China is huge. It's more than 3.5 trillion USD. India and Russia have the 4th and 5th largest forex reserves in the world. United States does not need forex reserves as US dollars is enough. US, China, Russia, and India is home to hundreds of billionaires. There are over 35 billionaires in Indonesia. US, China, and India accounts for more than 65% billionaires of the world. Here are the tallest buildings of all the 5 nations. Shanghai Tower from China is the 3rd tallest building in the world. One World Trade Center from US is the 7th tallest building in the world. Palais Royal is the tallest building of India. Here are the Human Development Index of all the 5 nations. United States has the highest HDI, followed by Russia and China. HDI is comparatively lower in India and Indonesia. Here are the literacy rate of all the 5 nations. Literacy rate is highest in United States, followed by Russia, China, and Indonesia. India has the lowest literacy rate among the 5 nations. Life expectancy is highest in United States, followed by China. India and Russia's literacy rate is lower. Life expectancy is lowest in Indonesia among the 5 nations. United States is the strongest military on planet Earth, followed by Russia, China, and India. Indonesia military is the 13th strongest military in the world. If US, Russia, China, and India went on war, it will most probably be the start of World War III. Russia has most number of battle tanks in the world. US Air Force is mighty. US Navy is the strongest navy on planet Earth, followed by Russia, China, India, and Indonesia. Indonesia Navy might look stronger than Indian Navy on paper, but aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, and heavy naval weapons makes Indian naval force superior compared to Indonesian Navy. US, Russia, China, and India are nuclear nations. They have hundreds and thousands of nuclear weapons. Here are the crime index of all the 5 nations. Crime rate is highest in United States, followed by Indonesia and India. Russia has the lowest crime rate among the 5 nations. United States has the largest road network on planet Earth. India has the 2nd largest road network, followed by China. Indonesia has the smallest road network among the 5 nations. Being an island nation is the main reason behind smaller road network of Indonesia. United States has the largest rail network in the world, followed by Russia, China, and India. Rail network of Indonesia is smaller due to being an island nation. Despite having the largest rail network, majority of citizens of US prefer flight over train for traveling. Metro rail network of China is huge. It spreads over 10,000 kilometers and 47 different cities. United States has the 2nd largest metro network in the world. Currently, India has the 3rd largest metro network in the world. Soon India will surpass us and will have the 2nd largest metro network in the world, just behind China. Here are the currencies of all the 5 nations. Indonesian rupiah is the weakest, and US dollar is the strongest currency among the 5 countries. Here are the national animals of all the 5 nations. Giant panda is the national animal of China. Russian bear and American bison are the national animals of Russia, US, whereas Komodo dragon and Royal Bengal tiger are the national animals of Indonesia and India. Here are the famous festivals of all the 5 nations. Holi and Diwali are the most celebrated festivals of India, whereas Chinese New Year is the most famous festival of China. Eid is the most celebrated festival of Indonesia. Meanwhile, Christmas is the most celebrated festival in Russia and United States. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel for more interesting videos like this.